Okay, now, ang gagawin natin ngayon is, meron tayo ditong sample illustration or meron tayong example dito ng statement of cash flow. So, ito yung problem natin. Itong nasa left side and itong nasa right side. Dito natin ilalagay yung sagot natin dito sa statement of cash flow. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, okay, is direct method ng statement of cash flow. So, ito yung problem natin. Basahin natin. So, the following are the various cash flow of INP Pangilinan Company for the year 2020. So, meron tayong payment of interest, cash withdrawal, increase in salaries payable, depreciation expense, payment from purchase of equipment, proceeds from sale of land, collection from customers, decrease in accounts payable, additional cash investment, payment of income tax, and payment to employees. So, meron tayo ditong additional information. So, INP Pangilinan Company shows a cash balance of 5,500,000 as of January 2020. Okay. So, ang gagawin natin, una, is para masagutan natin tong statement of cash flow na to, ang una natin gagawin is to identify or i-determine natin or i-classify natin itong mga cash flow na to. So, aalamin natin kung ito ba ay operating activities, investing activities ba to, or financing activities. So, yung tatlong activities na yan yung na-discuss natin kanina. Okay? So, meron tayong operating, investing, and financing activities. Now, ang gagawin natin again is to identify. Okay? So, gawin na natin. So, meron daw yung INP Pangilinan Company, meron daw siyang payment of interest na 902,000. So, anong cash flow to? Under ng anong activities itong payment of interest? Pag sinabi nating payment of interest, ito ay cash flow from operating activities. Okay? So, i-classify natin yan. So, itong payment of interest, it is cash flow under ng operating activities. Next, nag-cash withdrawal daw yung company. Nag-cash withdrawal tayo ng 1,331,000. So, itong cash withdrawal, cash flow from anong activities to? Operating, investing, or financing. So, kung matatandaan natin, itong cash withdrawal, kapag nag-withdraw yung may-ari sa business niya, nag-withdraw siya ng pera sa business, itong cash withdrawal is cash flow under ng financing activities. Okay, ganyan lang yung gagawin natin ha. If ganito yung problem natin, identify muna natin itong mga to kung anong activities sila. And then after mo naman kasi ma-determine or after mo ma-identify kung anong mga activities to, alam na natin kung saan natin siya ilalagay. Okay, next. Increase in salaries payable. So, itong increase in salaries payable, kapag may nakita kayo sa exam or may nakita kayo sa quiz, halimbawa, may nakita kayong increase in payable, decrease in payable, increase in receivable, decrease in receivable, increase in inventory, or decrease in inventory, kapag direct method kayo, i-disregard nyo yung mga yan. Okay? Kasi yung mga increase in payable, decrease in payable, lahat yan ay gagamitin under ng indirect method. So, disregard natin yan. Kasi ang ginagawa naman natin is direct method eh. Okay? So, next. Etong depreciation expense. Sa tingin nyo, isasama ba to sa statement of cash flow under ng direct method? Actually, itong depreciation expense, ang tawag sa kanya ay non-cash expense. So, again, itong depreciation expense, ang tawag sa kanya ay non-cash expense. So, ano ibig sabihin ng non-cash expense? Pag sinabi nating non-cash expense, expense siya, recorded siya as expense, pero hindi ka actual na naglabas ng pera. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng non-cash expense. Recorded siya as expense, pero actually, hindi ka talaga naglabas ng pera or ng cash. Non-cash expense. So, itong depreciation expense, pag may nakita kayong amortization expense, depreciation expense, i-disregard nyo muna yan kasi yan ay ginagamit or gagamitin under ng indirect method. So, hindi natin siya gagamitin for direct method. So, disregard muna natin yan. Next. Ito, payment from purchase of equipment. O, nagbayad ka daw kasi bumili ka ng equipment. So, anong cash flow yon? Under anong activity yon? So, kapag bumili tayo ng equipment, yan ay cash flow under ng investing activities. Okay? Di ba natatandaan nyo? Ito investing activities related to the purchase and sale of properties, plant, and equipment. So, dito, sa example natin dito, bumili siya ng equipment. Okay? So, yung equipment, it is part of property, plant, and equipment. Okay? Kaya, under siya ng investing activities. How about this? Proceeds from sale of land. Sabi natin, proceeds, yan yung kinita mo sa pagbebenta mo ng lupa. Okay? So, anong activities to under ng cash flow? So, ito ay investing activities din. Okay? Kasi dito, nagbenta ka naman ng lupa. Ano yung lupa? Di ba property yun? Nagbenta ka o under yun ng investing activities. Now, next. Itong collection from customer. Collection from customer, ang sabi natin, natanggap natin or nakakolekta tayo ng pera galing kay customer. It's either nagbenta tayo ng product or nagrender tayo ng service. Now, itong collection from customers natin na 10,813,000, yan ay cash flow under ng operating activities. Diba na-discuss natin to kanina? Collection from customer, yan ay operating activities. How about this? Decrease in accounts payable. Gaya ng sinabi natin kanina, itong mga increase or decrease in payable, increase or decrease in receivable, increase or decrease in inventory, di-disregard muna natin yan kasi ginagamit yan for indirect method. Okay? Kasi direct method naman yung ginagawa natin eh. So, disregard muna. Next, additional cash investment. Nagdagdag daw ng cash yung may-ari sa business niya. So, itong additional cash investment na 2,079,000, ano sabi natin kapag nagdagdag ng capital or nagdagdag ng pera yung owner sa business niya? Yan ay cash flow under financing activities. Okay? Next, payment of income tax. O, nagbayad ka daw ng income tax. Anong sabi natin yan? Di ba yan ay payment to government? Nagbayad ka ng tax sa government. So, yan ay under ng operating activities. And last, payment to employees. Ito yung sinabi nating salaries expense. Nagpasweldo ka sa mga empleyado mo. So, itong payment to employees na 7,431,000, it is cash flow under ng operating activities. Okay, now, na-identify na natin and na-classify na natin itong mga cash flows natin, na-identify na natin kung operating ba siya, financing, or investing activities. Now, after nating i-identify or i-classify itong mga to, madali na yan sagutan. Kasi alam na natin kung saan siya ilalagay. Kung sa operating activities ba dito, sa investing, or financing. So, di ba meron tayong meron tayong format or meron tayong formula how to compute the statement of cash flow under ng direct method. So, ito yon. So, kinopya ko lang siya. Okay, so ito na. So, if we are going to do a financial statement, so, syempre, wag niyong kakalimutan yung headings. So, sa headings natin, of course, wag natin kakalimutan yung name ng company. Di ba yung name ng company natin is INP Pangilinan Company? And yung pangalawang line naman, ito, dyan natin ilalagay kung anong statement yung ginagawa natin. So, yung ginagawa natin is statement of cash flow. Kaya inilagay natin dyan, statement of cash flow. And yung pangatlong line, of course, the date kung kailan natin ginawa or anong period natin ginawa yung statement na to. So, for the year ended December 31, 2020. Okay? Now, di ba sabi natin, sa format natin ng statement of cash flow, divided siya into 3 sections or 3 activities, which is operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. Now, unahin muna natin yung operating activities. So, dito, ilan yung operating activities natin dito sa ating problem? So, yung operating activities natin is ito, payment of interest. Meron tayong collection from customer. Meron tayong payment of income tax, and meron tayong payment to employees. So, meron tayong 4 operating activities. Now, itong 4 operating activities na to, isusulat natin siya dito. Now, ang gagawin natin, identify natin kung inflow ba yan or outflow. Okay? Now, operating activities muna yung gagawin natin. So, anong sabi natin kanina sa discussion natin? Diba laging inuuna lahat ng cash inflows? Okay? Lagi nating uunahin lahat ng cash inflows. Okay? Inflow muna ha. Now, tingin tayo dito sa problem. Dito sa 4 na operating activities natin dito, di ba 4 yung operating activities? Now, saan uunahin natin dyan? Di ba inflow muna? So, sa 4 na yan, saan dyan yung inflow? Itong payment of interest, collection from customer, payment of income tax, or payment to employees? The answer is, ang uunahin natin is itong collection from customer. Kasi ito lang yung inflow natin eh. The rest, payment of interest, payment of income tax, and payment to employees, lahat ng yan is cash outflow. So, unahin natin yung inflow. So, yung sabi natin, yung inflow natin dito is itong collection from customer. So, sulat natin. Collections from customers. Okay? So, yung collection from customers natin magkano? Meron tayong 10 million. Okay? Meron tayong 10,813,000 pesos. Okay? So, yan yung ating cash inflow. So, wala nang cash inflow. So, ang next naman natin is lahat ng cash outflow. Anong ginagawa natin sa outflow? Mina-minus. So, yung cash outflow, ile-less natin or ima-minus. Okay? So, yung cash outflow naman natin dito is, di ba itong payment of interest, payment of income tax, and payment to employees. So, lagyan natin palatandaan na na-record na natin. Okay? So, tapos na to. Na-record na natin yung collection from customer. In-flow yan. Next, i-record naman natin tong outflow na payment of interest. So, lagay natin. Payment of interest. Okay, so magkano yung payment of interest natin? 902,000. So, anong gagawin natin dyan? Ima-minus. So, yan ay minus. Na negative natin yan. Okay? Next. Okay, again. Cash inflow natin. Collection from customers na 10,813,000. Ima-minus natin yung cash outflow. Bakit siya mina-minus? Kasi outflow. So, deduction yan sa cash natin. Kaya minus. Payment of interest na 902,000. So, ima-minus natin yan. Now, meron pa tayong outflow under ng operating activities. So, asan pa yung outflow natin? Ito, payment of income tax. So, i-record na natin yan. So, sulat natin. Payment of income tax. So, magkano yung payment of income tax? 1,694,000. So, ima-minus natin yan. Okay? Next. Minus yan ha. Next naman, meron pa tayo isang outflow which is payment to employees. So, i-record na natin yan. So, ito, payment to employees, outflow yan. Lagay natin. Payment to employees. So, magkano yung payment to employees natin? Ang payment to employees natin is 7,431,000. Okay? So, magkano lahat? So, yung sagot is yung net cash flow natin provided or net cash flow from operating activities natin is 786,000. Paano nakuha tong 786,000? Itong collection from customer, inflow yan. Itong inflow natin na to, 10,813 minus lahat ng outflows. So, ito yung sagot. Net cash flow from operating activities or net cash flow provided by operating activities. Okay? Now, tapos na tayo sa operating activities. Ang next naman natin gagawin is investing activities. Now, ganun din sa investing activities, uunahin pa rin natin yung ating cash inflow. Okay? So, sa cash inflow natin under ng investing activities, tignan natin yung problem. 'Di ba sa problem, dalawa lang yung investing activities. Itong payment from purchase of equipment and proceeds from sale of land. So, dalawa lang yung investing activities natin. So, dyan sa dalawa, alin yung uunahin natin? Asan dyan yung cash inflow? Di ba ito? Proceeds from sale of land. So, yan yung una nating isusulat. Kasi yan ay cash inflow. So, lagay natin. Yan ay proceeds from sale of land. So, magkano yung proceeds from sale of land natin? 869,000. 869. Okay, na-record na natin yung ating inflow which is proceeds from sale of land. Ang next naman natin is ito. Kasi ito lang naman yung inflow natin proceeds from sale of land. Itong payment from purchase of equipment, bumili ka ng equipment, outflow yan kasi naglabas ka ng pera. So, i-minus natin yung outflow less. So, ano yon? Minus. Ma-minus natin yung payment from purchase of equipment. Okay? So, magkano yung payment from purchase of equipment? So, ima-minus natin yan kasi outflow. Yan ay 100,000. Okay, so lagay natin 100,000. Ay, wait lang. So, lagyan natin to ng red para alam natin na may minus to. Yan. Okay? So, after natin malagay lahat ng inflow and outflow, ima-minus na natin yung dalawa. So, yung cash inflow natin na proceeds from sale of land na 869,000, ima-minus natin dyan yung cash outflow na payment from purchase of equipment na 100,000. Yung sagot, 769,000. So, ito yung ating net cash flow from investing activities or net cash flow provided by investing activities. Okay? Paano naman kapag walang cash? Paano naman kapag walang cash outflow? Halimbawa, dito, walang cash outflow. Inflow lang lahat. Okay lang. Okay? So, ang sagot mo, yung net cash flow mo from operating activities is 10,813,000. Okay? Again, kapag walang cash outflow, tapos inflow lang yung sagot mo, okay lang yun. Okay? Pero sa example natin meron. So, compute natin. Paano naman kapag walang inflow? Halimbawa, walang inflow. Kunyari, ito wala. Kunyari, wala tayong inflow. Outflow lang. So, yung sagot natin, negative. Kasi outflow lang eh. Wala kang inflow. Okay? So, dito, kapag kapag wala naman tayong inflow, outflow lang lahat, okay lang din. Okay? Kaso kapag outflow lang, negative yun, of course. So, pero sa example natin, meron. So, lagay natin. Now, tapos na natin yung investing activities. Ang next natin gagawin is cash flow from financing activities. So, sa financing activities, tignan natin to. So, ito tapos na to, di ba? Investing activities na record na natin. Now, yung financing activities natin, dalawa lang din. Cash withdrawal, 1,331,000 and additional cash investment na 2,079,000. So, sa dalawang financing activities, saan dyan yung uunahin natin? Diba yung inflow, which is yung additional cash investment. So, lagay natin yung una, additional cash investment kasi yan ay inflow. So, lagay natin yan. Additional cash investment. Okay, so magkano yung additional cash investment natin? 2,079,000. 2,079,000. So, yan. Okay? So, na-record na natin yung inflow under ng financing activities. Now, wala ng inflow. Ang next na kasi is itong cash withdrawal ng financing activities. Yan ay cash outflow. So, di ba pag outflow, ima-minus natin. So, less or minus cash outflow na cash withdrawals. Okay. So, magkano yung winidraw ng may-ari or yung winidraw ng company? Diba ay, yan ay 1,331,000. So, lagay natin, 1,331,000. Okay. So, na-compute na natin. So, itong cash inflow mo na additional cash investment na 2,079,000, ima-minus natin yung cash outflows na cash withdrawal, 1,331,000. So, pag binag-minus na natin yung sagot, 748,000. So, itong 748,000 na yan yung ating net cash flow from financing activities or net cash flow provided from financing activities. Okay? So, usually, sa exam, ang tinatanong palagi dito is yung itong tatlo. Net cash flow from operating, net cash flow from investing, and net cash flow from financing activities. Okay. Now, na-compute na natin yung tatlong activities. Anong gagawin natin next? I-add natin yung tatlo. Diba? I-add natin itong tatlo. So, 786,000 plus 769,000 plus 748,000 yung sagot, 2,303,000. So, itong 2,303,000, ito yung net increase or net decrease in cash. So, ano ibig sabihin ng 2,303,000 na to? Ito yung, ibig sabihin, during the year, okay, sa loob ng isang taon, or at the end of the year, yung cash ng company is nag-increase ng 2,303,000. Now, meron tayong i-add. I-add daw natin yung cash balance nung beginning. So, binigay naman dito sa problem natin how much is the beginning cash balance. So, yung beginning cash balance natin is ito, 5,500,000. Paano natin nalaman? Sabi dito, additional information, INP Pangilinan Company shows a balance of 5,500,000 as of January 2020. So, yung cash balance na to as of January 2020, ito yung cash balance natin nung beginning. Okay, so i-add natin yan, 5,500,000. Okay, so yung sagot, 5,500,000. Ang sagot natin is 7,803,000. So, anong ibig sabihin ng 7,803,000 na to? Ibig sabihin, at the end of the year, yung pinaka-total cash mo, Okay, yung pinaka-total cash balance mo at the end of the year is 7,803,000. Okay? 'Di ba nung beginning, nung January, yung pera mo is 5,500,000. Nag-increase ka ng 2,303,000. So, yung pinaka-total cash balance mo na lang, ang pinaka-total balance mo na is 7,803,000. So, yung mga common na tinatanong dito sa exam is itong net cash flow provided from operating, net cash flow provided from investing, net cash flow from financing activities, itong net increase decrease, tinatanong din yan, and itong cash balance ending. Okay? So, ganito lang gawin yung statement of cash flow under ng direct method. Okay? So, yung una nating gagawin palagi is kapag ganito yung problem natin, identify nyo kung anong mga activities yan. Operating ba to? Investing ba siya? Financing ba siya? Kasi once na malaman na natin kung anong activities siya, alam na natin kung saan siya ilalagay dito. Okay? So, kapag gagawin naman na natin yung ating statement of cash flow, nahahati din yan sa tatlo: operating, investing activities, and financing. Okay? So, yun. Ganun lang. Tapos, laging nauuna dapat yung inflow bago yung mga outflow natin. Okay? So, after mo makompute itong tatlo, net cash flow from operating, net cash flow from investing, and net cash flow from financing, i-add mo itong tatlo, and yun yung magiging net increase or decrease in cash natin. And then, i-add mo na lang yung cash balance beginning natin, and yung magiging sagot yan yung cash balance ending. Okay? So, yun.